As humans, there's a huge temptation to let our past define our present. To live by the rules that whatever's come before is going to happen again. However our lives have played out until this point, that's what we need to use as a benchmark to dictate our present and our future. This can not only be a huge distraction, but also a very destructive force in our lives if we allow it. Because usually it always means we're kind of expecting the worst. A lot of the stuff which has happened in our past probably hasn't gone the best way. That's why it's in our past. Our brain remembers the bad experiences and brings those to the surface when we make our decisions. So we assume that if we messed up before, we're likely to mess up again. If somebody screwed us over in the past, well, the next person's going to do the same thing. And if a particular situation ended badly, let's not get into that situation again, just in case. Of course, the reality is we can't live our lives like this, because if we did, we wouldn't get into any situation. We wouldn't live. We wouldn't have all the rich experiences which make up life. This is not to say that maybe it won't happen again, but is that going to stop you? Sometimes people live chained to their past. They become a prisoner of what's come before them, and it makes them unable to move forward and to enjoy everything that life has to offer because they're too scared of a repeat performance. We all do this to some extent, and it's totally understandable. But what if we're missing out on the best things of our lives? What if we're missing out on our happier ending to that same story? Because we're too hesitant to even begin, to even give it the time of day or the chance to go amazingly. Sure, if something bad has happened to you before, of course it doesn't mean that it might not happen again. But by the same token, just because something hasn't happened up until this point, in the way that you wanted it to, doesn't mean to say that it never will. The only reason that it never will is if you yourself stop it from happening. We can always learn things from our past. Life gives us all kinds of lessons which we can use moving ahead to help us make better judgments in the future. But this is only helpful, only useful up until a certain point. It's hard to put our trust and our faith into the unknown. And so we scrabble desperately around for facts that we do know because we've experienced them before to tell us what might happen in this abyss of future darkness. However, if this is impacting us in a negative way and preventing us from trying it one more time to see if we can't get it right, we're only harming ourselves. Use your past to make you stronger, smarter, a more well-rounded person. But don't let your past ever prevent you from living in the present and being excited about the future. While there's so much that you now do know from things that you've already been through, how much more thrilling is the stuff that you don't know, that's waiting right around the corner for you to explore with fresh eyes, with all your heart, and with an open mind. Step into it as if it was the first time. Life's out there waiting for you. Don't let anything hold you back. This can be a huge... Sometimes people lived based on other... Oh God. However, if this is impacting our decisions in a negative way and preventing...